Donald Trump's election has made Republicans hope and Democrats fear that Barack Obama's legacy will be erased almost overnight. That's not going to happen. Barack Obama is leaving the White House in a position unlike any other president in living memory. He's not unpopular or disgraced by scandal or dead. Like Ronald Reagan in 1989, Obama leaves behind a prosperous economy and a solid approval rating. But unlike Reagan, who also recovered from a major second-term scandal and was very old, he faces a successor who not only opposes his policies, but actually spent a considerable amount of time claiming Obama was ineligible to be president at all. The reason so many people on both sides believe Obama's legacy will be erased by Trump is that very few of them fully understand just how much Obama accomplished in office. Most Republicans think whatever Obama accomplished came through executive actions that can easily be reversed. And most Democrats think Republicans stopped Obama from doing much at all. But the truth is that Obama did a lot, much more than you think, and it will be really hard for Trump to undo most of it. When Obama took office, the scariest thing anybody could imagine, even scarier than President Donald Trump, was the economic crisis.
We are in the most serious financial crisis in generations.
Remember the biggest meltdown since the Great Depression? He ended it. Obama passed the biggest fiscal stimulus in history. He enacted a bank restructuring plan that everybody hated.
So we changed to a simple pass-fail system. However, on reflection, a few of us felt that that system was too rigid. So we changed it once again to pass with an asterisk.
When the auto industry was about to go under and take most of the Midwest with it for good, he bailed it out. All those decisions worked, and none of them could be undone. The one Obama achievement everybody can name is Obamacare. For decades, presidents had tried to create universal access to health care. They failed because people without health insurance had no power, and people who did or made money selling it to them were scared of change. Obama cracked the code, finding a way to design a plan that brought the uninsured into the system without taking insurance away from people who had it, and at a cost the industry could live with.
Today, after over a year of debate, after all the votes have been tallied, health insurance reform becomes law in the United States of America.
Republicans may want to unravel Obamacare, but they already realize unreforming the system will be really hard for the same reason reforming it was hard. Repealing Obamacare will take away insurance from millions of people and cost billions to insurers, doctors, and hospitals. Yeah, Republicans like Trump say just killing Obamacare is worthwhile, but they also say that they'll replace it with something terrific that everybody will love and which also costs way less.
We're going to have a health care that is far less expensive and far better.
It's impossible to design a plan like that. If you want to give people better insurance, you have to pay for it, either through taxes or through regulations that make insurers sell affordable policies to people who have pre-existing conditions. Obamacare does some of both of those methods. Republicans don't like either. The long-promised terrific Republican plan will never arrive. It's just math. So maybe they'll end up tinkering with the law and calling it repeal and replace, or putting off repealing it far into the future. Or maybe they really will blow it all up, in which case they'll face a gigantic backlash. Whatever happens, the point is, the world is never going back to what it was before Obamacare, when the system just ignored people who couldn't get health care. And then there's climate change, which might be Obama's most important legacy. When he signed the stimulus in his first months in office, Americans were freaking out about the economic crisis. Few people noticed that the stimulus also included $90 billion in green energy subsidies. But that mattered a lot. 8 years later, the price of technologies like solar panels, wind turbines, and even solar-powered utility plants have come down by 50%, 75%. Within a few years, electric cars will be rolling out that cost no more than gasoline-powered ones. Greenhouse gas emissions, which rose forever, finally peaked under Obama, and then started dropping. And he used that success to strike a historic deal with China to cut emissions. That deal became a springboard for the first international climate change agreement in the history of the world.
This agreement sends a powerful signal that the world is firmly committed to a low-carbon future. And that has the potential to unleash investment and innovation in clean energy at a scale we have never seen before.
Yeah, Trump said he'll pull out of that deal. But the rest of the world doesn't want to stop fighting climate change. And he can't bring back coal when it keeps getting priced out of the market. Trump might slow down the pace of the green energy revolution, but he won't roll it back or stop it. And there's so much else Obama did that is barely remembered. The Dodd-Frank law transformed the financial industry and made it much less risky. And Republicans know they don't have anywhere close to the 60 votes they need to get rid of it. Race to the top unleashed the most important public education reforms in decades at the state level. And that isn't going away either. Republicans might not like Obama's tax cuts for low-income families, but Trump isn't going to want to jack up taxes on a bunch of people who voted for him. There's a common theme in many of these changes Obama brought about. Most of them aren't well known or understood, but they're working. People depend on them, and they will be hard to undo. And Republicans haven't come up with better ideas.